Alright, so here we go. Today is Tuesday. We're back on the GMC. So this is the piece I finished yesterday that you probably watched if you're watching this one. And then I'm going to contend with the other side and then some other holes. We're going to see if we can't get through this, grind it down, make it sexy today. So we're going to try. I'm going to go get changed, get started. And then I went and got some top ramen and some cans of chili. So I don't even have to leave for lunch today. We're going to put in some work. And then I'll show you guys how we go throughout the day, and if anything interesting happens, hopefully the sparks stay out of my eye and I don't bash my knees and legs and shit on the front of the car. So let's have a good one, shall we? It's Taco Tuesday. How could it be bad? Alright, so here's our plan for the firewall. I looked at this again. I gave it a second look just to see if I could just cut that whole big piece in and then deal with making the holes, because I could stick it over the top and then trace it out. Well, this piece doesn't really want to come out. It's not friendly. This is where the booster stuff goes, and then there's a brace underneath for your pedal, swing pedal. You can see probably through the hole. Anyway, because that's such a pain in the ass, I'm going to stick with my original plan, which is leave this bump that comes out here, cut it off, and then continue this line. So right here, that's why I came over and then down, because I'll have to make a piece so this line continues straight. And then the black line, you see I've already marked it out. That cuts all of this embossing or whatever this is out, gets rid of that hole, so it'll put a big hole right there. I'll come back and make a patch that will fill in that area, and then we will bead roll it so it has a little bump in it. So you'll have this, and then it'll have a custom little bead roll bump, hopefully that looks decent, that kind of matches what we got going on here. And then once that is done, we will just fill holes in. Then we'll grind and hopefully not catch any of those sparks. We're gonna be good. It's gonna be great. All right, real quick, I'll show you guys where we're at. So what I did is I marked out the shape I wanted to remove. Which way does it go? In one of these directions. I believe it was like that. So this was in there, cut it out, and then I made a pattern of the opening, left it a little bit larger than the opening, and actually this pattern goes this way because I marked it from the inside, but it's just to show you where my mark is. I folded this flat because that's a straight edge right here to leave a little bit of length and it'll get butt welded. Then I folded it so this will lay flush. Then I made my metal piece, and then now what we're going to do is I'm going to put a fancy little design, move all my crap, get the bead roller out, put the fancy design in it, stick it back over here where I like it, tack weld it, we'll cut it in, and then I'll show you guys once it's all cut in and fancy. I didn't have the same die to match what the other guys made. When I was rolling it, it was coming out like this. It was coming out sharper, like a bigger step, and I needed a longer step, which is a wider, wider roll. It's a different bead roll than what I had. So here's what I did. I took an old cutoff wheel and I jammed it on a thick piece of steel until it was the same circumference as my die on the inside, so it wouldn't mess with the sheet metal when I fed it through, and put an extra groove in it. And I just used it to space it out. So it gives me a bigger space here, which in turn gave me the step that I was looking for. This is the step I was looking for versus that one. That's a lot sharper. This is a lot wider. So then you can see how we turned out here. And if I show you what the other guy made and what I made, now they look similar. Because before, mine would have been sharp and small and it would have been stupid. So now we match. The rock stars, I'll click this back on and give you guys a look at it. So here's a little piece I made, just clecoed in. It's just held in place with some clecos. And then, obviously with these, so you can see how thick the bead roll is on that, and then how I matched it over there. So we are good to go. That is what she's tentatively gonna look like. Now I just gotta cut this thing in without screwing anything up, and we're golden. Then we're just on to making little patches, little panels and templates and filling holes in. Buddy, so we are done for today. That is a wrap. It is late enough in the afternoon that I have to clean up, and then I got to get my little guy from daycare. So that is it for today. And then I usually come back out here and I do a thing called the late shift, but we're gonna ease into that on YouTube. I'm not gonna get there that far. If you follow me on Instagram, you'll see the other stuff that I'm working on doing in the evening after hours, but that's besides the point. So check this thing out. We got most of the holes in the firewall plugged. I'll give you a quick look at it. Tomorrow we're gonna be grinding our faces off, trying to get this thing done, and then stripping and prepping so we can get this thing satin blacked and looking sexy. So check this thing out, and if you haven't done it yet, you need to click the friggin' chicken. Alright, let me show you the firewall. And then real quick on this piece, you know, this throws your eye off it like it's a straight line, but the reality is this is the same distance all the way around. So when I grind all this down and it magically disappears, this will all be the same distance and the same shape as the outer edge. So now you get a better look at it. You know, that straight line throws your eye off. But we're good, trust me. And then this little dude over here has a wiggle in, and then it's a compound curve, even though it's a square. A little tricky, a little fun, but we are cool. We got that thing handled. So that is it. That's a look at the truck, look at the firewall. You know what to do. Click the chicken. Click the chicken. Click that chicken. I'm out.